So I did it again, guys. I recorded an entire video without turning the sound on. Went to edit it. It was gone. Oh well. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going over how I made my remix of All My Friends by MADEON or MADEON. I don't know how you say it. Let's listen to it. What'd you think? Good? Yeah, I'm going to show you how I made that. Oh yeah, and if you want to listen to the whole thing, right there, click the button. Now, do it. And if you want to listen to the original, link below. It's actually quite different. I like mine better, but that's, you know, whatever. Let's dive into it. So the very beginning, we have a couple of different noises. We have a bass, a pluck, a piano, and another bass. Yeah. Individually, it sounds like this. We have our little plucky type bass thing with the the lead melody. We also have a regular pluck. Whole lot of reverb on that one. Just, you know, give it space. Down here we have the piano, which is chopped up to begin with, but right here it goes back to the original chord progression structure note thing. Yeah. There's a whole lot of distortion on that one, which is why it sounds kind of grungy and weird, but I wanted that. And then down here we just have a bass. It's like a saw bass. It's real simple. And then it just kind of turns into single notes. Just to give it a little bit of a vibe, a rhythm, some flavor. At the very, very beginning, we have just a riser that's panning, or volume manipulated, so it sounds like this. It's kind of cool, kind of unique. And we also have the pluck, but reversed and reverbed, and it just leads you into the melody. Could be a thing on its own, honestly. So that's that for the very beginning intro part. Down here we have the main lyrics, which the only thing changed from these lyrics and the actual song is that these have a vocoder on them, and they're up 800 semitones in the vocoder, so it changes them just a little bit, makes it sound different, weird. And we also have some automations to change the volume and the low pass filter. Don't want to play too much of that because, yeah, gives it away. And then we get to, I guess, the main verse part. We still have everything we just had before in the intro, but we add this cool little ARP noise. Oh, and the bass right here, the ARP, the piano, all have these cutoff filters. Oh, and the bass down here, the low pass filters that are automated, so they all flow in and rise and just grow as the beginning grows. We also have a little clap down here that has some low pass on it. Further along, just building that rhythm, making you want to move into the next part of the song. And then we have the actual build up. We have the main melody, pretty much the full thing, played on one of the instruments out of all the instruments in the drop. And at this point, there is no kickstart on it, so it's not sidechained. When it hits the drop, it'll be sidechained, and it actually makes it sound a little bit different. There's also a pluck pitch here, so and that just builds more tension, makes you just flow into it. Similar thing here happens with the ARP, but it also gets faster. Once again, building tension, making you think, okay, something's happening. And we also introduce some snares and some kicks and some other taps. So all together, the intro sounds like this. And then the verse. And this is the build-up. Before the drop, I should talk about the little fillers we have down here. I believe this is the same noise backwards and forwards, with one has a volume manipulator and then one has a panning manipulator, and it just sounds like this. But in the context of the song, that actually kind of sounds cool. And then there's a little snare fill here. And we have a sub drop that really easily made. You just slide it down two octaves. And that sounds like this. There's a little distortion on that, but it sounds cool. I like it. And then we get the drop. So we have all these different instruments playing the same melody type deal thing with the kickstart on. And the only one that's different would be this little lead gold thing. It's got some pitch changes, which you can't really hear in the drop at all, but I left it in because I think it might add something. First of all, we have this thing called Dynafelt, which plays at random times, kind of following the melody. And because the sidechain is on, it does that like wub, 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 wub noise, even though it's not playing all those notes. It just like pulls it away and brings it back and just keeps the flow going. Then we have the main melody. And then we get to the bass. That was actually the first sound I used when I created the melody, was the bass, and I just loved it so much I turned it into the whole song. Then we have this bass pluck, which is actually played completely different timing than the rest. I will play that with the other bass so you guys can kind of hear it clearly. It's like a back and forth that just complement each other that you probably don't pick up on when you hear the song. You won't focus on it, but it'll make you groove and you'll feel it. You'll feel that back and forth. And then somewhere in the middle of this whole drop thing, we have a really weird effect that I just love. I called it Thingy. It happens 3 times, 1 in each drop, and they're all different. So I'm going to show you all 3 right now. But the kicker to it is, so like this one just goes up. It just does like a scale. I have gross beat on it. And the gross beat is what actually makes it sound funky. I mean, there's some distortion and other stuff too, but let's just take a listen to it. And that's what all these little things do. I like it. And then over here, this one sounds a little bit different. It's the same effect, but because they come at different times and they are different notes, it sounds cool. Just add something different in the middle of each drop. And this one has like really short notes and one of them slide. It's just more randomness. Sometimes you just gotta be random and it turns out great. So what else do we have in this drop? Well, we have all the drums, all 75,000 of them. We have, this is a clap. We have our kick again. We have a different kick, which layer the kicks, make it a little beefier. I believe these are claps and reverse claps. Yeah, something weird like that. We have another kick. We have another kick. So what was that? 4 kicks? 4 kick? Is there a kick count on this thing? 4 kicks. That's a weird one, but in the song, it adds. Then we have some cymbals. And then we have some more cymbals. That one's more like a shaker. And the second part of the drop, we have even more cymbals. We have some white noise that gets volume automated at the end, so it kind of transitions you in a weird way. Yeah, I like that. And so this is what the drop sounds like with everything on. Pretty groovy, huh? I think it's groovy. Makes me kind of want to dance. Ah. So then this verse is pretty much the same as the first verse, except we have the strings playing by themselves up here really quietly. And then we add some random crowd noise down here with the vocals, which you don't even know it's there in the song, but it's there. What? What? I'll prove you can't hear it's there. I can't hear it, but it's there. And for some reason it makes you more excited. So then we have the breakdown or bridge, whatever you want to call it, which is all in one pattern. And it's actually kind of unique. So when I did the whole thingy part in the drops, I started playing with gross beat and I was like, you know, I should play with that during this breakdown. So I had this smooth thing that sounds like this with no effects. It's the same chords as before, but different order, and honestly, I like that sound the way it is. It's pretty cool, it's different. It would keep the song going. But I threw gross beat and a couple other things on there, and it turned into something unique. It's different, and because of the beats it's on, it's not like a 4x4 beat. It's like there's 3 of them, which made me make this ARP. It's like da 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 da, not 4. I don't know how to describe it, but that's all that was, and I stuck with it. And then, you know, it's got some low pass, and we add some more drums into this part, and this is what this sounds like. It just brings you back into the partying mood. And then you go back into the next drop and it ends. It just dies. So that is how I made my remix of All My Friends by Madeon, whatever. If you liked it, go listen to it. It's actually pretty cool. I don't know how long it took, but I do know I enjoyed the f out of it. If you liked it, hit the bell and subscribe and follow me on Instagram. Post there almost every day, maybe every other day. I'm trying to get better about it. If you didn't like it, just leave a comment and let me know what I can do better. There you go. Constructive criticism. You won't hurt my feelings. Or you might and I might cry. Either way, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. All my friends are watching, I can hear them calling. All my friends are watching, I can hear them calling. All my friends. I can't sing, why do I try?